Hey everybody, Bradley's9 here with Mr. Peach. He was snoozing over there, so I had to bring him here. We all know he's the real star of the show here. But either way, we got this cool dragon event going on. I hope everyone in the Pogo universe is doing good, having fun, and enjoying the start of this cool event. We got Dratinis everywhere. As far as other spawns, I'll let you know later in the video. We got a new IPA for iSpoofer that just came out. As well, we got the invitation to raids that's kind of new and people are asking questions, so I'll cover that as well. I'll also touch base on the iTools front and the Bluetooth that's supposed to still be coming, still hasn't arrived, and I'll cover, like usual, my main accounts, what's happened over the last week, and recap that Go Fest that was kind of crazy and hectic because it didn't really give us a heads up of what was coming out, and then we just got hit with all this new stuff, so let's get to all of that. Alright, so I hope everybody had a good Go Fest. It was pretty fun, pretty hectic. Only a little bit of time, so if you had other things going on like myself, had some family over, had the last bit of renovations to do before the playoffs start, any hockey fans out there gotta be pretty pumped like myself, can't wait. Bit of a hockey nerd, I kind of like all of the NHL, but obviously Bradley's fan, I'm a big Leafs fan. So pretty pumped on the playoffs getting going. And I wasn't really able to do as much as I liked during Go Fest, but I'll show you what I was able to do. Okay, so since my last video I ended off with that clink there. So we'll get started. The first day at Go Fest, these guys were pretty rare, or during the first day they weren't rare, but other than that, they're rare to find a hundo. So I wanted to pick one of them up, but the sad thing is, that's going to make me not like them as much. Before my cooldown was over, if you know, you have to wait 2 hours before you catch something somewhere else, if it's anywhere a decent distance away from you. So I found that, Party Hat, Shundo, Charmander. But I was thinking, since I had to wait 80 minutes and the types changed every hour during that event, I was hoping that the hat wasn't going to go away, but I had a feeling it was, so unfortunately, once I actually went and caught him, sad sight to see, he turned out to be just a regular Shundo Charmander. So, a little bit of information there. If you have a shiny Pokemon or any Pokemon that has an event hat, and you don't catch him until after the event's over, the hat's gonna get taken off. It sucks, so know that ahead of time. They'll just take it right off. He'll stay on the screen until you catch it, and then once you catch it, the hat will be gone. So that sucked. So made me like that Togetic a lot less, because that's why my cooldown was or else I would have got him. Not a big deal though, happens. So as you can see here, I also was able to grab an Alolan Shundo and turn him into the muck here. That's who I'm walking with right now. Before this, Alolan Grimers never spawned in the wild. They still don't. It was just for that one day. And I was lucky enough to grab 2 of them. So I've got the Alolan Grimer family, and then I was also able to snag up an Alolan Marowak Shundo. Pretty rare, pretty awesome. You'd have to hit 4-star rates to try and get him in the first place. And I was able to pump up his CP to hit 1337, so any Halo fan are going to appreciate that. So that's pretty much what I did over Go Fest. So now we got this Dragon event. I actually got this 35 hundo Gible last night. Random, before the event started, but hey, had to pick him up. Was hoping he was Shundo. Still no Shundo Gible for me. And then just what we've got during this event so far. So as you can see, there's a lot of Trapinch, a lot of Swablu, and a lot of Dratini. Okay, so on the right there, you can see the graphic that I made for this event here. So we got the new shiny release. We got Deino, his green version. Boosted wild spawns of some dragons. We got some 7k eggs hatching the dragons as well. And we got the raid boss Rayquaza. So to start off, we got the dinos. So unfortunately, I haven't seen one dino yet spawn. So they for sure aren't boosted. And it almost seems like they're like reverse boosted because they were still spawning in the wild before this. I haven't seen one. I expected to see a few. I'm looking at the hundo chords list and I've yet to see a dino. Same goes for Axew. A lot of people are hoping for Axew, but I see none of them out there, so sorry to give you the bad news, but doesn't seem like there's a lot of Axew or Deino. You can get 2 Deino from the special research during the event if you complete the 2nd and the 4th part of it, I believe. 2 of them will give you a Deino, so hopefully you get a shiny there. So as far as actually boosted spawns, the Horsea, the Trapinch, the Swablu, the Bagon, and the Dratini all seem to be pretty decently spawning everywhere. Tons of hundo chords for Dratini, but unfortunately the same does not go for Gible. The Gible seems to be pretty decent at least, but not as good as the other ones. Same goes for the Alolan Exeggutor. There's not a ton, but there are some sifted in there. But unfortunately, no dinos in there. But as you see there, you could also get him from the 7k eggs. I'm thinking you could get him from 10Ks as well, since he'll probably be put into that category, or he was already in that category, but a shiny will be put in there. But for at least this event, if you get 7K eggs from your friends during this event, any previous egg will still be whatever it was when you grabbed the egg. But any new eggs will have the chance to be one of those Pokemon. But I believe the Galarians are also going to be in the rotation, so good luck trying to get that out of a 7K. As far as Rayquaza goes, you're going to want to hit him in windy weather if you can. That's weather boosted, so then he could come out around 2700 CP instead of 2100 CP. And then you could hopefully get that really cool black shiny, so good luck to everyone hunting down that Rayquaza. And he's weak to Dragon. He's also extra weak to Ice. I should mention, I don't know why I didn't put that in there. Silly me, I'm not perfect, but hey, use those Ice if you can. They're twice as effective because they're super effective to flying and dragon types, so Rayquazas don't like ice types. And that will lead me to the raid invites, so let's get to that stuff. Alright, so with these cool raids coming out, a lot of questions have surfaced about this new inviting people to raids thing that came out a week or two ago, and people are wondering if it affects your cooldown, whether you could use other raid passes and things like that. So these are the things I'm going to quickly cover here. So if you're the one receiving a raid pass, so people are wondering if I can invite them, so my patrons, I'm more than happy to help them get some raids. If you can't spoof yourself but still want to support me on there, all the love to you, thanks, and I'm more than open to try and help you as much as I can. Anyone who goes out of their way to support me, I'm going to want to go out of my way to help you even further. So I've helped a few people today, so really happy I was able to successfully do it, but these are the things you have to know. It will use a raid pass. You can't just get a free raid. It's going to be a raid pass, and it has to be a remote raid pass. So keep in mind, if you want to accept any raids from other people inviting you around the world, it can be anywhere in the world. So once you get into a raid, there's a little button that'll show you on the top right, showing you where all the accounts are that you can invite friends, and you can invite up to 5 of them. So you could feel free to go in and send invites. It doesn't hurt the sender at all. So I went to a Rayquaza, found a weather boosted one, and then all I have to do is invite a certain trainer, and then they'll get an invite, and they basically teleport to where I am, hit the raid, use their pass, catch the Pokemon, and then they go back to wherever they were. And then as far as cooldown goes, wherever you are when you accept the invite, that's where your location will be locked in. If you're in Nanaimo, say, and you accepted a raid invite from someone in Taiwan, and then finish the raid, your guy will be locked in Canada, BC, Nanaimo, instead of all the way in Taiwan where the raid actually was. So a little bit of information for spoofers and legits. And as well, people are wondering if it's safe as a legit to accept raid invites from spoofers like myself. And it's 100% safe. Not only is it safe for the spoofer right now, but when it comes to people getting invited, there's no tag whatsoever. It's not like a virus where it's going to cling on to you as well. If I invite you to a raid, you're 100% safe to accept any raid invite you want. The game was set it up so you could go around the world and get your friends to invite you to raids. So I hope that cleared that section up. So now let's get to the more in-depth spoofing things. I'll cover the iTools and the iSpoofer here. As you know, I've been rocking iTools in my main for the last 5 episodes at least now. It's 100% safe in my opinion and anyone else who's used it. Again, thanks to everyone helping me out getting started with that, and it's still going good. Obviously, that's why I'm still walking around, showed you all my stuff that I got recently. I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but you can use the gacha with the iTools as well. I've been using it and testing it myself. It's a pretty fun way to get some extra items and extra items and Stardust without having to worry about doing the repetitive stuff over and over, catching those non-shiny Pokemon. So that's nice and relaxing, especially being hit with all this negative stuff from Niantic. I got no problem using these things. Before I was kind of up in there, but hey, everyone could use these, even legits. You could walk around town not looking and catch it and do a bunch of stuff. So hey, I like the gacha. Haters gonna hate, but I wanted to save this for the video because if you use the gacha, you can't use other Pokeballs, unfortunately. So I've had this monster stash of Ultra Balls and then keep filling up items, so I just wanted to do this at least under some sort of recording. Holy, that took a little longer than I expected. We even lost Mr. Peach. I actually had to record this at the end, and then I'm throwing this in there. So he did stay for the whole video, but you hear me kind of lie at the end. So, hasta la vista, Ultra Balls. Now I got a good amount of space. Not going to touch those golden Raz, though. So unfortunately, the Bluetooth that I said was still in stock. I just checked today, unfortunately it's now out of stock, so I believe they had a few thousand of them. A lot of people were able to still get it. It lasted for almost 2 weeks in stock, and now it's back to out of stock, so good luck to everyone who ordered one, and it coming in, it can take up to a month, I believe, 2 weeks to a month. Depends kind of when you ordered it, because when it first comes out, I'm sure the first people to order it are going to get tracked and shipped first. Just makes sense, you know. So if you ordered it kind of later in the batch, it'll eventually get to you still, don't worry. Remember, they send you the email to the link a couple days after you purchase it. It'll be from Test Flight, and then once you actually receive the device, you download Test Flight and open that email. You could go watch my video for more in-depth stuff to how to get it set up on the mobile. But if you watched my last video, you saw or heard me say that I'm getting the Bluetooth version as well, so unfortunately it still hasn't come in. So I'm still waiting on that, and I'll show you that once it comes in. But my friend got a couple days later. He still hasn't gotten the ship message, so some of you may be in that same boat and may think you're getting scammed. Don't worry, it's not a scam. I trust it 100%. Lots of people do. You're not the first ones trying it. So just be patient, it'll come. So hopefully there's a whole bunch of new iToolers about to hop on here now that the renovations are pretty much done. And the playoffs are starting. I could actually live life and focus life instead of waking up thinking, oh, what crap do I have to do? And then still get flooded with all this other stuff I try to do. So I'm really being able to relax and do more here. So I'll be doing more things on iTools, showing you how to maximize it, use it, and just how to have the best experience playing and, you know, all that good stuff. But as far as iSpoofer goes, it's still available. There's still no direct download. I know people are wondering when it'll come back. It may never come back. I'm not too sure. I feel it's safer and will last longer if it doesn't have an easy direct download. So as I've said before, 017 still alive. 016 is still alive, but I put her on the shelf because it leveled up too fast. So 017 has a bunch of cool shinies and is still only level 23. But that account was created on June 20th. So any account from iSpoofer still hasn't been hit. Anyone, please throw down information if you do get hit with a ban. But as I've said in my other videos, there's been weeks on end of no one getting hit with iSpoofer, so that's great news for the spoofing community still. Remember, avoid Dr. Phone, avoid anything else you don't know of. There's something called Tutu Box that may work. I'm not too sure. I had someone reaching out to me, and I said I'll be making a video eventually, but like I said, I've had a whole bunch going on. I had to make a headboard, got to put up drywall, and then the playoffs start on the 1st, so it's been really hectic going on, but I'm doing my best, and I'm going to keep up with everything, and don't worry everyone, through the playoffs I'm still going to be doing my thing, and lots of good stuff going on here too, so it's a pretty crazy, cool weekend going here. 2020's been kind of but things are getting better, so I hope everyone else is getting better out there too. Unfortunately, direct download not getting better, but you could still get iSpoofer through AltStore, like I was trying to point out there with 017. That's how I have AltStore or iSpoofer on there, using AltStore and a PC. So go watch that video. I've helped lots of people out. You may get stuck, but remember to follow all the steps closely and go to the website that I do mention in the video, because that gives you the follow step by step as well that they suggest. So hopefully you can get it on your device. As well, you can pay for IPA Store, which I have. My friend as well has it, and he's been playing iSpoofer through that. He don't need a PC for that one. Costs about $50 for the year. You can look at my review there. It's still good in my opinion. It's solid to download other apps, and you can get iSpoofer straight to your device without hooking it up to any PC. So that's how you could get spoofing. As far as safety, I've said in my other videos, iTools I believe is 100% safe. Bring those mains out. But if you're using iSpoofer, it's still up in there. I wouldn't use any main on there. But for months now, accounts have not been hit. So feel free to make a new account or use an alt account and have fun building it up. Or take that risk. If your account only has no strikes, then hey, you may last a month and then finally get that one strike. But everything you got for that month, you'll still keep. Just a little tidbit of information for people thinking of starting to spoof. There's one thing I should mention, the iTools computer version. I know you can get it without having to get some sent to you, but it's kind of different. You can get banned using it, and you have to follow a certain method, so I definitely would look into that. If you're using the PC, the certain method you have to follow, but I wouldn't really advise it. I just wait, just keep up with me. I said on my Patreon, that's where I'll first hit up all my information. If you have special requests and certain information and things you really want help with, all you have to do is support me on there, and I'll be more than open arms to help you out. You know, good people help good people. There's lots of people who expect free things from me and really don't respect me as a person when they DM and ask me questions. So I respect all the people out there, but you know, people who support me are going to get the extra help. So thanks ahead of time for that. And I'll be throwing on new IPAs, and when the iSpoof or the iTools gets back in stock, I'll be throwing that on there too, as well as rare 100 chords and things like that. I'll raid with you, whatever you really want, honestly. So, and it can only be $1, you know, it doesn't have to be a lot. So I appreciate all the support on there already and the future support. Thanks everybody so much. Thanks everyone for watching my videos. I appreciate all the good vibes and just like good positive comments. If there's people negative down there, the comments aren't going to last long. They're going to get blocked from the channel. I'm not here to just get a bunch of negativity. I'm not going to try and get extra followers to do that type of stuff. You know, I keep it real over here. Good person, good vibes. So I hope everyone's going to enjoy this dragon event, and I hope to see you next week in my next video. So have fun out there, and we'll be back for week 2, the Enigma week. And we had Mr. Peach last the whole video. When's the last time we had that? See you, everybody.